voudrais plus de café.
Welcome back. You ever just want coffee but constantly break every coffee maker you own? Like that little glass pot that you saw in the last video I had? I broke it by dropping on the floor, and then your roommate gets a brand new coffee maker, a little Keurig, and you're like, oh man, yeah, I can use my little reusable cup. Oh, there's always something in here. So you go put your coffee and you go and you find out that it doesn't work! And maybe you're like me, who has a really sweet boyfriend and got you a really thoughtful gift like a little French press maker. And then you break that too! But hey, it's still mostly functional. So today, I'm gonna teach you how to make French press coffee. Now luckily, I didn't break the other gift my boyfriend got me, which is this little coffee bean grinder. So I'm gonna show you like what texture you should probably want your coffee beans at, cause apparently that matters. You know, I'm finding some of this out with like the 3 different methods of coffee brewing I've had to do in the last year. So yeah. Okay. So you're gonna take whatever whole coffee beans you have. I have this huge breakfast blend, like about the size of my face. I get bags this big because I'm probably gonna use all of it before the semester is over. So yeah. So you're gonna take about 2 or 3 little scoops of whole beans and put them in your little bean grinder. If you don't have like a little fancy thing like this that came with my French press, you could probably also just use like a tablespoon. That's fine. You also don't have to use whole beans. But while we're here, let's talk about beans. Because there's like different kinds of grinds. You know, there's espresso that's like super fine. There's just like your standard coffee maker that doesn't really matter, just not super fine, but not super coarse. But it's the French press that needs the coarse grind. And so with a little guy like this, you'll have it on for about 5 to 8 seconds. And I'll have like really coarse, I mean like just the bean cut in half kind of grind. Which if that happens, fish out like the whole beans or the whole half beans that come in here. I'll show you what I mean in a second.
I think it's time to blow this thing, get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
So you're just gonna transfer the grounds over to your little coffee maker. Now, I thought I was tapping lightly when I went like this. Don't tap at all, or else this happens. Now make sure your hands are clean when you do this, but just like fish out some of the beans that may not have been grind. And you can really just grab like a little like pinch of beans and get the ones around it. You'd rather have like a finer coarse than a whole bean in here, or else it's completely bland and there's no flavor, there's no fun. There's just caffeinated unpleasantness. So now we're just going to let the hot water behind me boil and get to a simmer. You don't have to necessarily like pour the hot water right after it's done boiling. You can wait like 10-ish seconds, because I read somewhere that you're not supposed to put like boiling water on coffee beans. It's never really made much of a difference, so to each their own. So the little kettle just stopped boiling, like I'd say about 5 seconds ago. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the hot water over the coffee beans. You're just gonna take your little chopstick and give it a little swirl, because if you don't swirl, it's gonna be really bland. Please just trust me on this. I've made a lot of French coffees in my time. And then go ahead and set your oven timer or whatever timer you have for 5 minutes. They also say 4 minutes works, but I don't know, that still falls into the issue of it doesn't really get like dark enough for me. So 5 to 6 minutes is generally what I do. So after 5 minutes, you're just gonna do this. Wow. And there you have it, how to make French press coffee. I'm gonna take this cup and the rest of that's in my little French press over there and go work on capstone.